Hi, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to talk to you today about what makes a great business owner. So I've worked with hundreds of different women over the course of the last 3 years, and I've only really worked with a handful of them. And some of them I've had to part ways with, some of them we grew amazing businesses. So I really wanted to talk to you about the qualities that I see in a business owner when I decide to work with them. So number one, she's passionate. So she doesn't just see Botox or filler or the Medspa space as a way to get out of her crazy hospital job, although that's what most of us did. She sees wellness, or she sees a space that she wants to really take care of women, or she really wants to treat skin for women of color, or she has this very specific vision of what she's building. And this is super important because building a business is not easy. It's definitely not super chill as opposed to like working in a hospital. You still need to work super hard, and it's very risky. You're using sometimes your own money, you're getting a loan, you're all on your own in terms of like exposure and malpractice. So you definitely want to be super passionate about something in the business. And usually in sales, it's usually not about the actual product that you're selling. It's about an emotional experience. It's about some other thing that you're building with your business. So for me, when I built my business, mine was all about personal wellness. So that Botox or filler or microneedling, that was a wellness experience where I was able to talk about mental health, and we were able to connect and talk about all these different things, including like therapy, wellness, yoga. And so that was sort of my brand that I built. And especially now with how crazy competitive the Medspa world is, especially where I'm at in Southern California, you have to conceptualize your business as something greater than Botox and filler, because you can go on the corner and find any practitioner who can give you Botox, but you really need to think about, what am I selling and how do I make myself different and unique? So number two, she is business minded. So I see a ton of nurses who come from the ER, they come from cardiology, they come from med-surg, and they really want to open a business. But a lot of times people in healthcare, we're very conditioned to be super risk averse, which is great. I don't want to go into business with someone who's just injecting whatever from wherever and hiring whoever. But in order to open a business, you have to take risks. So you have to either invest a lot of money, you have to invest in trainings, you have to maybe hire an office assistant before you have any revenue coming in. You have to take a lot of risks, and most people who come from medicine are not really used to this. So I'm going to talk in another video about how to foster some of these qualities to become a better business owner. Especially if you come from medicine, you need to be taking some business classes. You need to be getting a mentor. You need to be investing and spending time in growing your business mind, not just the clinical side. It really takes both. And then number three, I sort of touched on this, but risk. You need to get a little bit more comfortable taking risks, especially if you're a little bit more shy, or you don't really love numbers or accounting or money. A lot of people in healthcare have this aversion to liking money or to doing the number crunching. And so these are all areas, if you feel that you're shying away from it, lean into it a lot more. I promise you it's going to make you such a better, more adapted and prepared business owner. So say I have a few business owners who are nurses, and one of the biggest things that they're afraid of is talking to new people or posting about themselves and putting them out there. And this is one area that you really need to lean into, because this space is all about relationships. So it's not just you come in, I treat you, and you leave. It's really, how do we build a plan and a relationship that's for the rest of their lives? Number four, she's well connected. So I have a business owner who's already doing super well, and she has a lot of experience clinically, but she's open to practice in the area that she's from, where her kids go to school, where she shops at, where her dentist is. She's super well connected. And I can't tell you how much this matters, because clients want to go to someone that their friend has used, or they want to go to someone who they see their face and they go, oh, she doesn't look crazy. I want to go to her because she gets really good work done. So building on your sphere of influence is super important, and it's going to save you a lot of time. It's going to save you a lot of marketing. I have a lot of nurses who come to me and they say, oh, I want to open in Newport Beach. And I ask, well, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Anaheim. okay, why don't you want to open in Anaheim? And they say, well, because all the rich people in Newport. And I say, but where are your colleagues? Where are your coworkers? Where are your kids' moms and dads? Like, where is your actual network that you can just market to right away? Or where do you volunteer at? Where is your nonprofit? What groups are you involved in? And so those are really where you want to hit up first, and then kind of see where the interest is at and where your nodes of influence really are, and sort of invest in those areas. Number 5, she is well supported. So my business owners who have a lot of family support, they have a partner, they have a good friend group, they have maybe a church community, a good exercise plan. Those are really my business owners that thrive. And I'm not saying that you can't be successful if you don't have this, but if this is an area where you're not as strong in, invest in it, because it goes back to that sphere of influence that I talked about prior, but also it goes back to you're not gonna have coworkers, especially if you're on your own. So you're not gonna have someone who's gonna vent with you or hold your hand while you're going through something really challenging. So you really need to rely on friends, a partner, family, whatever type of community that you have, they're gonna be incredibly important. And then number 6, she is grounded. And emotional well-being and being emotionally grounded and regulated is incredibly important, because a lot of us are used to working in teams where we have other people making decisions, or maybe we make decisions, but in a small business, you make all the decisions, and you also are, as you grow, you'll be employing other people. And so your leadership style is going to be very important with retaining your staff, with building relationships with clients. I had a business owner who 29 days out of the month, she was great, she was happy, she was a great leader, but catch her on the wrong day and she would snap at you. She would get upset with you. It was an anger issue. And so I had a lot of people leave her company, and a lot of them were great staff and they were super loyal to her, but they all left eventually. And so you really need to figure out how to regulate yourself, because business is super unpredictable. You could be doing really well for 3 months and you'll have 2 months where it drops off and you have nothing. Last year, I had a few spas when the Facebook ads, when the Instagram targeted ads really took a hit for a lot of businesses because they weren't allowing those targeted ads anymore. Their sales just dropped. And so the women that were more supportive, they had families involved, they had other interests, they had more resiliency, they were able to make a plan, have more clarity, make it through, and eventually both spas survived, but one lost a lot of her staff because she wasn't able to regulate and keep the morale up and stay positive. So check out my other video about how to foster these qualities in yourself.